After the initial scare and frantic, honestly, I was terrified. You know, I can't defend myself with someone shooting at us with fully automatic weapons
Right,
at our
and no
backs.
idea where it's coming from.
Know where it's coming from, and so we were terrified, and we started running, and I was telling people, keep their heads down and just get to the fence, let's get out of here. And eventually got a bunch of people over the fence, helping them. And Jen, who was with me, she helped get people over the fence too, and she had a broken back at the time still. But yeah, we just got over the fence, and our friend was still on the inside, and he told us to leave. He wanted to grab a few more friends, and it was hard to leave them, but we knew we had to keep moving. And I spotted the empty lot, or the dirt lot across the street, and there's a lot of white work trucks, and typically festivals will have, you know, multiple employees sharing a truck, and it's not common for keys to be in one of them. And I just kind of crossed my fingers and hoped that was the case, and found one with them. And
it had keys in it?
It had keys in it, and they were the keys to the vehicle. And once we were in it, we decided to go help get everyone out of there, and we started driving back towards the venue. And
so you were basically just loading people into the back of the truck?
So shots were still firing. We had a couple friends that we know. Casey was one of them. They helped set up a makeshift hospital kind of on the side, on the backside, away from the gunfire. And they were pulling people out of the venue, and we pulled up to that, and they started loading us up with the most critically injured. And
at this point, were shots still going on?
They were still going at that time, the first loading, and it was still quite scary, but we just knew they had to get to the hospital immediately, and no ambulances were immediately available. They were staging, and
ambulances were staging, so they weren't already directly responding.
Correct, not enough anyway. There was far too many casualties for anyone to really even handle. It was probably one of the hardest parts, was leaving everyone behind that I couldn't fit in, who were still critically injured.
Right, because you can only fit so many people.
Yeah, and so we took them first round and dropped them off. We had help at the hospital, get them all out and get them into the hospital. And once we were clear, we just said, let's go back for more. And
you went back?
We went back for a second trip and filled it to the brim of essentially just bodies, some, you know, barely breathing, and had people applying pressure and trying to help them survive to make it to the hospital. And we got everyone there.
During the shooting, I didn't have the capacity to step up and do anything to help, but Taylor did, and he did. He stepped up when he was needed and did what he could, and now I'm stepping up to do what I can while I'm needed. If all of us did that, I think that it would be an amazing world. We would all be a lot healthier and happier. I knew that there would be countless invisible injuries, invisible casualties that would not get addressed, that would probably not likely be talked about. There's so much stigma associated with mental illness.
Being, you know, former military, I'm never wanting to share my feelings, but in the group, I'm more prone to do so because I know other people are dealing with the same stuff, and by bringing it up, we can all talk through it, and Shiva can guide us with her knowledge and expertise and kind of help us get through those hard and difficult times or moments.
I contacted In Cahoots. The managers know me well. I'm a very consistent regular in the dance community, and at times I've been there 6 nights a week dancing. And I asked them if we could use the space on Monday nights because they're closed.
Shiva approached me and persisted I went, and I'm glad I did. And ever since, it's been regularly 30 to 70, 80 people come through. We've had over 300 people, new names come through over the course of the last 4 months, and we've had lots of people dedicate their time and resources to printing out documents that Shiva has written specifically for Route 191 victims. Myself with Jason and a few others have built a website with all of our documents.
What are the more painful feelings that we don't want to feel?
The first week that we started was actually me loading them up with a lot of psychological education and explaining to them what trauma is, what natural reactions to trauma are, and things that might get in the way. And what I really emphasized for about the first 3 or 4 meetings was don't avoid. Don't cancel that concert that you were planning to go to. Don't cancel that trip to Vegas. And so I just kept really arming people with education.
You can't have those expectations that something bad is always going to happen. I mean, it's life, things happen. So I think a lot of the group therapy has helped me in the sense of just maintaining my cool and not being extremely stressed or hypervigilant or overwhelming, and just be able to attend these events and keep doing what I do in my profession and in my fun and spare time.
Three things that really contribute to a sense of well-being. Do you remember what they are?
With her expertise and hopefully my reach and positivity, we can reach more and more people, and that it's not even just the Route 91 friends and family, it's also the Texas church shooting and the more recent Florida shooting, and hopefully we can use what we've experienced and our stories and our tools for mental health and help them recover as well.